Hey guys, how are you? Hey, it's Ralph. Hey, coming to you from outdoors today. Thought I'd get a little sunshine. It's been a little while since I posted a video on Kompoz 3.0, so I thought I'd share some progress. Specifically today, I want to talk a little bit about user profiles, and so I'm going to show you some of the changes that are in progress regarding user profiles. Couple of things. One is, I've been really thinking about how can we make it easier to find other members to collaborate with, and how do we encourage those other members to collaborate with other users. So I've got some ideas on that. I'm going to show you some of those concepts. I've also redesigned the user profile page completely and added some features that we had in Kompoz 1.0 and some other new stuff. So I'm going to start out by showing you a brand new profile from scratch, blank, and we'll kind of create the profile from there. Keep in mind that I'm not done. There's a lot of other features that I want to add to your profile that haven't made it yet. For example, I want you to be able to attach audio snippets to your profile that really have nothing to do with, let's say, projects that you're working on right now. So right now, as you know, in the current platform, you can attach audio to your profile, but it's only for projects that you've been using on Kompoz. I want to make it a little bit more flexible. I want you to be able to upload sample audio that maybe isn't on a Kompoz project, but that just kind of highlights or showcases your talents. And then the other big change that I've been making is on how your user talents are listed. And I'll go into the details there. So let me just create a new user from scratch. So let's see, what do we want to call this guy? We'll call him Fred Musician. And fred@gmail.com. I'm sure that address has already been taken, but we'll just use it for demo purposes. Fred is, let's see, we got all these countries. I'm going to make him France. And Fred M, password, create profile. Okay, great. So here's the Fred studio. You can see everything's kind of blank. Let me go to Fred's profile. Fred's profile is blank as well. You can see I've got the name, their username, where they're from. I'm actually showing your country's flag now. I think this will just be kind of a cool way to show where everyone's from and kind of promote this sort of concept of international collaboration. So yeah, that's what that is. When they joined, last login, that's something new, right? We didn't have this, or we don't have this today. So now you can see, hey, has Fred even been active in the last, week or so? Preferred language is something new as well. You can actually go into your settings and I can choose my language preference here. Now, I don't know exactly how I'm going to use this yet, but I'm thinking that I will be able to use this to maybe do some automatic translation of user content. Don't hold me to that. I'm still looking into it. There's a lot of APIs that are available, so we might be able to do something with that. We also have this concept of karma points, which I'm going to get into in great detail in a minute. But I want to talk about talents right now, right? So today on Kompoz, you can list your talents, but you do so by just simply adding tags. That's not enough. If you're going to be able to actually search for users based on talents, we need some more data. We need to know, is this a primary talent? Have you really been endorsed for this talent? Are there additional keywords that you can add to your talents to make it more discoverable? And that's also going to factor into this karma concept, which again, I'll talk about in a little bit. So let me just go in here and edit my talents. So you can see right away, I've broken it up into primary versus secondary. Right? Because again, a lot of us, we play one or two primary instruments, and those are our go-to instruments, but we also dabble in some other ones. But it's important to kind of list that out and break it out, right? I play ukulele. I'm not great at it. But if you really want me to try, I'll do that. But I'm going to list it as a secondary talent so that when you're searching, you're not disappointed. You're not finding a bunch of people who say they play ukulele, but it's really not their strong suit. So let me just go in and I'm going to start with, I'm going to say I play guitar. And I can add additional keywords here. I can put pretty much anything I want, but I'm going to say, for example, that I really am okay with rhythm guitar. I don't know if that's spelled right. I don't think it is. R-H-Y? Yeah. Rhythm guitar. I can get really creative here, right? I can put in, I have a Fender Strat. Anything you want, this will show up in your search results and so on and so forth. I'll just leave this off for now. I play rhythm. But my primary is really bass. This is what I do, right? I'm a bass player, and but it's electric. It's not really acoustic. I'll just kind of specify that there. Now look, I added guitar first, so it was the first one listed, but that's not my primary. So I can just kind of drag and drop and say bass is really my primary, and guitar. And then again, I can list other talents that I think I can kind of get by on. I'll list ukulele, and I can do a little bit of mixing and mastering, but I'm not going to really specify those as my primary talents. So now I've got 4 talents: primary, secondary. Click save, and you can see them now listed in that order. My first 2 are my primary. You can see that with the star that's filled in. And then my second 2 are secondary. You can see there's also a star, but it's not filled in. As you receive endorsements, those endorsement scores will also show up here. So I might see, for example, I've gotten 40 endorsements for bass and 2 endorsements for guitar and so on and so forth. And all of that's important data. It will factor into your search. When you're looking for a musician who plays bass, you want someone who plays bass. It's their primary instrument. They have a lot of endorsements. You can filter and sort and do all sorts of neat things based on that data. That's why we're adding all of that in there. Let me go ahead and add a profile picture too, because I wanted to show you one thing here. Got this photo that's not really me, but some dude playing guitar. One of the things that I've done now with the photo editor is you can see here I can actually crop the image and make it the right size. It's going to ensure that it's always a perfect square, and that's because you probably have noticed most of the images on Kompoz of users are circles. So I want it to be, you can see it's going to be centered now within that circle as the photo uploads. Perfect, right? Okay, cool. And I can go in there, I can edit my name, my talents, my profile photos, and so on and so forth. And photos I'm not going to do right now, but I'll show you that photo gallery when I switch over to my profile. Okay, so Fred's online now. Fred has 0 karma points. Fred really can't do a whole lot. How does Fred earn karma points? Well, the primary way to earn karma points is by working and collaborating and contributing to somebody else's project. So let me go to open invites. I can see there are 3 of them out there right now that I've created for test purposes. And I've added this new karma column, right? So now you can see these are sorted by karma points. Some track requests are worth more karma points than others. If I want to earn 165 karma points, all I have to do is submit a track to this track request. This one's worth less. Why is that? Well, let me break it down for you. And by the way, this scoring system is going to probably change and adjust as I learn more. But the concept here is that I want to be able to encourage participation in some projects over others, just to be quite blunt. For example, I want new members to have a good experience while they're here, so they're going to get a bump. When a new member posts a track request, the karma points for their track request will be higher than maybe somebody else's. And again, quite honestly, paying members, they're going to get a bump as well. So let me actually just hover over this, and you can see that all track requests start with 100 points. This is a new member track request, which is actually not true, right? Because that's my track request. But again, just for demo purposes, I wanted to list this as an example. But a new member would get a bump on the lift. They get a lift here on karma points. Plus members also got an additional 10 points. And because Ralph has great karma, he got an additional 35 points, right? So that's why this one's worth 165, and Pat's is only worth 130, because it is a new track request and Pat is a new member, but Pat is not a paying member, and Pat does not have great karma yet. So, her track request is worth a little bit less. And again, I'm going to experiment with these numbers, but that's the sort of concept. So let's see. If I go in here and I click on this drum request and I submit a track, and again, I'm Fred, remember. Fred has 0 karma points. I'm going to submit this drum idea that I've got kind of already stashed away here for this demo. Start the upload. I will earn, I think this was worth, let's see, hold on. Let me add a little comment. Hope you like it. Can't type. And I'm just going to make this visible by only the project members. And right, so here's Fred's submission. Hope you like it. And click on the details, and the users can listen to this track request and play it back, and so on and so forth. Right. So let me go back to the track request. Drums. It's worth 165 points. So as Fred, if I go back to my profile, hopefully this worked. Yep. Fred has earned some karma, right? Fred now has 165 karma points. Can Fred earn more? Yes. Let me actually log out. Log in. Type in my password. I'm going to go to that project, to the track request. There's the drum track request. 165 points. Fred, I'm going to listen to what Fred did. Wow, Fred, I love it. It's great. It's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. I'm going to accept that, right? So I'm going to click on accept. I'm going to leave the track request open in case somebody else wants to submit. Guess what? Fred just earned an additional 165 points. If I go to Fred's profile, you can see now it's worth 330 karma points, right? So when you submit, you get some points, and if you're one of the accepted tracks, you get an additional bump. And again, there's lots of other ways you'll be able to earn karma points, but that's the whole concept. Let me actually show you my profile. So there's my talents, and I've got 260 points from other things that I've done. Here's another thing, open invites, right? These are invites that I've created. These are track requests that I've created. They're listed right on my profile. So if somebody's visiting my profile page, they'll see my invites. They can also click on See All by Ralph, and it'll filter out automatically just track requests that I've created. So that's what that is. Here's my little photo gallery. So these are photos that I've uploaded to my profile. Again, you can upload as many as you want. And yeah, so that's the concept. I've got a little bio here. Again, I'll be adding the ability for you to upload audio samples to your profile, and this will continue to evolve. But again, karma points is probably the most important feature that I'm really thinking about how to best implement. The values will continue to change. I'll keep tweaking the algorithm, but the whole concept is to encourage collaboration. Karma points will be redeemable for something. I'm not exactly sure what, but when you reach certain karma milestones, you will earn badges. You'll be listed in leaderboards. Will also, your karma points will determine where you show up in search results. All of that will be super important. By the way, karma points will also expire, right? It's not like, hey, I'm going to come in here and go all out for the first 3 months, earn a bunch of karma points, and then just do nothing for the next 6 months, right? They'll sort of start disappearing and expiring. And that's important, right? Because if you're searching for a guitar player and you're looking for someone with a lot of karma, you don't want someone who hasn't been on the site in a long time and hasn't done anything. You want to see people who are active and engaged right now, right? So that's the concept. Okay, a lot of talking, pretty fast. I hope you enjoy it. Looking forward to your comments. Let me know what you think. Looking forward to it. Thanks.